the marketing. So we need people to come on board that can be project reps. There's plenty of events weekly on campus, entrepreneurial stuff that we need this project represented at. There are plenty of conferences we need this represented at. We need people that can be advocates or liaisons to new student groups that can start using this media. There's org charts for this, this structure of the different people we have contributing. We need people working social media and further advertising, developing greater marketing strategies. What we have here of Eco is a really marketable product. When I say Eco, what comes to mind for you guys? Comes to mind? Eco, environment, cool. Green, awesome. Ecosystem, I like it. Words further, any phrases come to mind, or just any economy, throw it up there. Ecology, throw it up there. Okay, before we go really into the institution of Eco, let's go ahead and place ourselves in time. So our biosphere is on crises in every level. Biodiversity destruction, anthropogenic, as we're experiencing the sixth great mass extinction of our planet, threatens epidemics like the Black Plague, which killed 2/3 of Europe in 2 years. We've heated the Earth's atmosphere, a decree, since 1950, with conservative projections expecting 4 degrees by the end of the century. The atmosphere holds 7% more water as it heats a degree. This will result in increased intensity and frequency of disaster. Information is also experiencing increasing disorder. The Amazon has been referred to as the lung of the planet because it fixes 1/3 of our oxygen, yet we have sentenced we've sentenced the majority of this to death. Knowing these facts, we still allow ExxonMobil to be the most profitable company in the world as it exploits fossil fuels, our atmosphere, ourselves, and yet it pays lower taxes than the average American. Industrialized nations are going bankrupt while corporations bleed into new markets. Sounds ominous. Perhaps the Mayans were right in ending the calendar in 2012, and if a white man hadn't killed the majority of them, they could have helped us in preventing a nuclear apocalypse. I'm only kidding. But it is a shame that we are forced to make decisions like killing 200,000 Japanese with these technologies because of a poorly organized world system. So now let's talk about Eco. Let's get back to Eco. Now, we refer to this as an institution. An institution, from a political economy perspective, is anything that affects human behavior. The manifesto of Eco establishes this institution as our common reality, the interactions of space and time, of energy and matter, of gravity and entropy, of you and me. This leaves economy as the name for what we experience in material exchange. Ecology is then the study of the flow of material in and out of living systems. An ecosystem is the greater whole to which all is connected. Eco not only defines a common reality, but establishes the common goal of perfection, or beauty, or nirvana. We find that liberalism and conservatism in every spectrum of human analysis fits into this greater ecosystem. For the end of these is the same: economic efficiency, cooperation. Karl Marx was a brilliant man, but he subjected this beautiful idea of communism to the limited discourse of national parties, which draw artificial divides. Eco rather operates as the universal sovereign, simply balancing an omnipotent equilibrium of environmental sustainability. Anything tangible or not can be analyzed from this perspective. It's easy for me to think about this in organic chemistry, but a more human example would be the equilibrium that there can't be wealth without poverty. Eco would seek to balance that. This sustainability philosophy goes back to pre-industrial and even prehistoric times. It puts forth that all is one, and within this universe, everything is relative, that you could not be here if I wasn't. Okay, so now we're going to do a mental exercise, and the idea is to think from the perspective of eco. So please close your eyes. Science is revealing how connected we are. The atoms in you and me have come from our ancestors. Think about matter before life and picture the beautiful moment in which autonomous molecules formed the properties of life, encapsulated self-perpetuating and replicating chemical cycles. Think of how their electrons experience time dynamically, how physics is finding the more precisely we locate matter in time, the less precisely we can locate it in space. How our bodies are 99.5% identical, allowing us to experience the same physical reality. Opposable thumbs and big brains have allowed humans to build on each other exponentially and come to dominate the earth. Think deeper to the complex relationships people have with dogs or trees. The symbiosis of life as we know it is amazing. Yet, as we establish by placing ourselves in time, these synergies are changing rapidly. You can go ahead and open your eyes. So why now? Why is now the time for eco to be incorporated? There's those objective reasons we mentioned as we placed ourselves in time. Eco has been inundated by institutions of private interest in our contemporary political economy. 51 of the largest economies in the world are corporations with the only goal to make money. This is at a time when markets are expanding and money has lost its sense of functional value. Integrating all of eco into one dimension, we see how far we have traveled in a direction of chaos. And second, how clearly we can change directions. We are nearing a time when so many equilibria are unstable, when the ideality that people experience in their heads is so far from the reality we share, that unification becomes the only alternative to collapse. So perhaps the Mayans were right in ending the calendar in 2012. For this could mark the dawn of a new age, the epic of eco. As we end a great separation of humanity, we find scale efficiencies in a truly open market. This would prevent private interests from inducing scarcity and having individuals do destructive work. We could rather be employed doing human things, traveling, eating, and learning in the pursuit of happiness. So it's clear that eco gives me great hope, and that eco media has been a really fun project to work on.